According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Section 680.42d, a fixed or stationary spa or hot tub installation requires a listed disconnecting means within sight of the spa or hot tub. This disconnecting means must be readily accessible, located outside the spa or hot tub enclosure, and positioned no more than 5 feet, or 1.52 meters from the spa or hot tub. The purpose of this requirement is to provide a readily available way to de-energize the hot tub in case of an emergency or for maintenance purposes. The disconnecting means must be capable of opening all ungrounded conductors supplying power to the hot tub. This ensures that all live wires are disconnected, preventing electrical shock hazards. The code explicitly states that the disconnecting means shall be a circuit breaker, a switch, or an attachment plug and receptacle. A circuit breaker is a device designed to protect an electrical circuit from damage caused by overload or short circuit. It automatically interrupts the flow of electricity if a fault is detected. A switch is a device used to open or close an electrical circuit, allowing or preventing the flow of electricity. An attachment plug and receptacle refers to the standard plug and socket arrangement used to connect electrical appliances to a power source. An exception to the within-sight requirement is permitted where the spa or hot tub cannot be readily accessed and where the authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, determines that the safety of the user is not compromised. This exception might apply in situations where the hot tub is located in a secured area or on a rooftop with restricted access. However, it's crucial to obtain approval from the AHJ before relying on this exception. An emergency push-button switch, while capable of interrupting the circuit, is not listed as an acceptable disconnecting means in the code. The code specifically lists the acceptable disconnecting means as circuit breakers, switches, or attachment plugs and receptacles. An emergency push-button switch does not fall under any of these categories. The reason for this is that a push-button switch is not considered a reliable or durable disconnecting means for this specific application. It may not be designed to handle the high current loads associated with a hot tub, and it may be more prone to failure over time. Furthermore, a push-button switch might not provide a clear indication of whether the circuit is truly disconnected, potentially leading to confusion and safety hazards. The intent of the code is to ensure that a readily identifiable and reliable disconnecting means is available for the hot tub. This is why only circuit breakers, switches, or attachment plugs and receptacles are permitted. These devices are specifically designed for this purpose and provide a clear and unambiguous way to de-energize the hot tub. Therefore, installing an emergency push-button switch as the primary disconnecting means for a hot tub does not meet the requirements of NEC Section 680.42d. To comply with the code, you must install a circuit breaker, a switch, or an attachment plug and receptacle within sight of the hot tub, readily accessible and not more than 5 feet away. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the disconnecting means is properly installed and meets all applicable code requirements. Proper installation and adherence to the NEC are essential for ensuring the safety of the hot tub users and preventing electrical hazards. Ignoring code requirements can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Always prioritize safety and consult with professionals when dealing with electrical installations. Consider the following points when selecting and installing a disconnecting means for a hot tub. Firstly, choose a listed disconnecting means that is specifically designed for use with hot tubs. Secondly, ensure that the disconnecting means is rated for the voltage and amperage of the hot tub circuit. Thirdly, install the disconnecting means in a location that is readily accessible and within sight of the hot tub. Fourthly, make sure that the disconnecting means is protected from the weather and other environmental factors. Fifthly, follow all applicable code requirements and manufacturer's instructions. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your hot tub installation is safe and code compliant. Always remember that electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent accidents. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the job for you. They will have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is done correctly and safely. In addition to the requirements of NEC section 680.42d, there may be other code requirements that apply to hot tub installation. For example, there may be requirements for grounding, bonding, and overcurrent protection. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that your hot tub installation meets all applicable code requirements. Also, remember that local codes may vary from the National Electrical Code. It is important to check with your local building department to determine the specific code requirements in your area. They can provide you with information on the permits required and any inspections that may be necessary. Failure to comply with local codes can result in fines and penalties. Furthermore, the authority having jurisdiction AHA has the final say on whether an installation meets code requirements. The AHA is typically a local building inspector or electrical inspector. They have the authority to interpret the code and to require modifications to the installation if necessary. It is important to cooperate with the AHA and to address any concerns they may have. Working with a qualified electrician can help to ensure that your installation meets the requirements of the AHA. In summary, installing an emergency push-button switch as the primary disconnecting means for a hot tub does not meet the requirements of NEC section 680.42d. To comply with the code, you must install a circuit breaker, a switch, or an attachment plug and receptacle within sight of the hot tub, readily accessible, and not more than 5 feet away. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the disconnecting means is properly installed and meets all applicable code requirements. Always prioritize safety and consult with professionals when dealing with electrical installations. Ignoring code requirements can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Always remember that electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent accidents. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the job for you. They will have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the installation is done correctly and safely. Section 680.42 through F covers a lot of details regarding spas and hot tubs, but let's highlight some of them. Firstly, 680.42 covers emergency switch for spas and hot tubs. A clearly labeled emergency shut-off or control switch for the purpose of stopping the motors that provide power to the circulation system and blow must be installed at a point readily accessible to the users and not less than 5 feet away from the inside wall of the spa or hot tub. This emergency shut-off or control must be a safety measure in addition to the disconnecting means required by 680.42d. Secondly, 680.42b talks about the GFCI protection. All 125 volts, 15 and 20 amps receptacles located within 20 feet of the inside walls of the spa or hot tub must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter. Receptacles that supply the spa or hot tub equipment are exempt from this requirement. Thirdly, 680.42c mentions lighting fixtures and ceiling fans. Lighting fixtures and ceiling fans located within 12 feet horizontally from the inside wall of the spa or hot tub and within 5 feet above the maximum water level must be at least 12 volts and must be marked as suitable for wet locations. Fourthly, as mentioned earlier, 680.42d requires a disconnecting means to be installed within sight of the spa or hot tub. The disconnecting means must be readily accessible and not located within the spa or hot tub enclosure. It must be located not more than 5 feet from the spa or hot tub. The disconnecting means must be capable of opening all ungrounded conductors. The disconnecting means must be a circuit breaker, a switch, or an attachment plug and receptacle. Fifthly, 680.42e requires that metal parts of the spa or hot tub and metal parts of electrical equipment must be bonded together. This bonding helps to create a low impedance path for fault current, which helps to protect against electrical shock. Sixthly, 680.42f covers underground wiring. Underground wiring must be buried at least 6 inches below the surface. Wiring must be installed in rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit, or reinforced thermosetting resin conduit. Remember, these are just some of the key requirements for spas and hot tubs. It is essential to consult the full text of NEC Article 680 and any applicable local codes to ensure compliance. A qualified electrician should always be consulted for any electrical work related to spas and hot tubs. They can ensure that the installation is safe, code-compliant, and properly grounded. Additionally, regularly inspect your spa or hot tub for any signs of damage or wear. Check the wiring, bonding, and grounding connections to ensure that they are in good condition. If you notice any problems, have them repaired immediately by a qualified electrician. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safe and enjoyable operation of your spa or hot tub for years to come. Always prioritize safety and consult with professionals when dealing with electrical installations. Ignoring code requirements can lead to serious consequences, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. Remember that electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent accidents. In conclusion, an emergency push button is not a valid disconnect under 680.42d of the NEC.